Hey students, today you're going to need your books that we made in class because we're going to complete pages 10 through 13. So turn to page 10 and let's get started. Before we get started, if you did not copy the table of contents down, make sure that you pause the video, finish copying it down. And now we're going to head on to page 10. So we're going to talk about horizontal and vertical lines. So pause the video, copy this down. When you're done copying it, restart the video, and we're going to go over some of the stuff in here. So pause it right now. Okay, welcome back. So we're talking about horizontal and vertical lines. If y equals a constant number, the graph is a horizontal line with a slope of 0. So the line is going to be a horizontal line with the slope of 0. So if y is equals a constant number, it's going to be a horizontal line with a slope of 0. If x equals a constant number, the graph is going to be a vertical line with an undefined slope. We've talked about this a couple of times in class, but we're going to keep on talking about it. So if I give you the word problem, so this is actually what you were given, and it said horizontal line with the point containing the point 1, -2. So I would graph the point 1, -2, and then draw me a horizontal line. So the equation of that line is y equals -2 because it's never going to cross the x-axis. And remember, y equals a constant number is a horizontal line. So it's just y equal a constant number, and that in this case it's -2. Let's look at example 2. Example 2 says undefined slope containing 4, 3. So I would go to 4, 3, put a point there, and draw me a vertical line, because remember, a vertical line has an undefined slope. Okay, undefined slope means it's a vertical line. So I draw me a vertical line, and remember, a vertical line is x equals a constant number. So x equals, in this case, 4 because it goes through the 4 on the x-axis. Okay, let's go on to page 11. Page 11, pause the video, copy this down, and when you're ready, start the video back up and we'll begin again. Okay, welcome back. Now we're going to talk about equations from a graph. How to write an equation from a graph. Over here, you'll notice these are our 3 steps. These are the 3 steps that you'll need in order to write an equation from a graph. Step 1 is to find the y-intercept. Step 2 is to find the slope. And step 3 is to substitute the y-intercept and slope into slope-intercept form. So, over here, find the y-intercept. Remember, the y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis. So we go on the y-axis. Remember, this is our y-axis to where it crossed, and right here is where it crossed, and that point is 3. So b equals 3. Then step 2 tells us to find the slope. Remember, the slope is the rise divided by the run. So you take 2 points and you do rise over run. We went up 3, so my rise is 3, and we went over -2 because we went left. So my rise divided by run is 3 divided by -2. Now step 3 says to substitute the y-intercept and the slope into the slope-intercept form. Remember, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So we're going to take our slope, plug it into m, take our y-intercept, which is our b, and plug it into b. And so our answer is y equals -3 halves x plus 3. Okay, so you're going to find the y-intercept, find the slope is step 2, and then we just substitute it into y equals mx plus b. Okay, now let's look at page 12. Okay, again, you're going to want to pause the video, copy this down, and then restart the video when you're ready to go over it. Again, welcome back. Now we're going to talk about equations from a table. Here are my steps. Again, there are 3 steps in this one. My 3 steps are find the y-intercept. Step 2 is find the slope. And step 3 is to substitute into slope-intercept form. Okay, so let's look at step 1. Step 1 is the y-intercept. Remember, x has to equal 0. So where x is equal to 0, that is our y-intercept. Okay, so in this case, my y-intercept is -2, so b equals -2. Step 2 says define your slope. Remember, slope is change in y divided by the change in x. Well, you see, how did I go from -3 to -2? I added 1. How did I go from -3 to 0? I added 3. So my slope is 1 divided by 3, because my change in y is +1, and my change in x is 3. Now I just do step 3. I substitute into slope-intercept form. So I'm going to take my slope and plug it into the m, and I'm going to take my y-intercept and plug it into b. So my equation is y equals 1/3 x minus 2. Now, it's a -2 because it's a -2 up here. So that makes it a -2. Okay. Now let's go to page 13. Page 13, again, you're going to want to pause the video, write this down, and then start the video back up when you're finished copying it so we can go over it. Okay, welcome back. Linear correlation. We have 3 types of linear correlation. We have a positive correlation, a negative correlation, and we have no correlation. Okay? Positive correlation is overall the set of points increase from left to right with a linear trend. If you look, all my points, all these little dots everywhere, they're increasing from left to right, so it's a positive correlation. What I drew in the middle of them is it called a trend line or model line. We draw this line in the middle of all of our scattered points. Okay, so if I had this for an example, if I had all these bunch of points, let me change the color real quick. So I had all these little points. I would take a line and I would just draw it in the middle of all these points. Okay, that's about in the middle. Okay, so that is called a trend line. It's not connecting all the dots together. It's just a line that goes through the middle of all my scattered points. Then we have what we call a negative correlation. That's overall the sets of points decreases from left to right with a linear trend. So if you look at all my little scattered plots, they're decreasing from left to right. And so then I just draw a trend line down the middle of those points. And then no correlation is overall the set of points is evenly distributed with no linear trend line. So we can't draw a trend line here because we can't draw one going negative or positive, and we can't draw one going negative. There's no correlation because the points are scattered all over the place. And we can't determine if this graph is positive or if it's negative, if it's going up or down. So that would be a no correlation. Okay? Make sure that you have all of this written down. It will be a grade tomorrow. If you lost your book, make sure that you make a new one and you put these on pages 10, 11, 12, and 13. You will be doing stations tomorrow, so you'll have one station over each concept, and you will be using your books. So make sure that you have them tomorrow. Again, they are a grade. If you have to go back into the video, go back into the video, watch it again, copy anything extra down that you need to copy down, and come in with some questions if you have any questions, and have a wonderful night. Adios.